right, the news is coming in, guys and gals. It's big time. The Spectrum auction 110. We now know everything we need to know from these carriers. This is going to be obviously impacting wireless companies for years. Okay, so C-band, that happened. That was huge. This one, I think, just as important. Let's go through all the details. Total bids added up to $22 billion. This spectrum will clear later on this year, I think mid-year. This is 3.45 gigahertz spectrum. This is technically C-band, right? So this would kind of be like C-band auction number 2. So this is 3.45 gigahertz. The last one was the 3.7. All right. This is prime Goldilocks 5G spectrum, right? Mid-band. 100 megahertz of it, 10 megahertz sub-blocks. Let's go through this. Number one spender, AT&T, 9.1 billion. They went light on C-band in the 3.7 gigahertz. They closed that, we'll call it the spectrum holdings gap with Verizon and T-Mobile a bit here as they go 40 megahertz national. So they got the 80 to 100 megahertz of the 3.7, and now they got 40 megahertz of the 3.4. 1,600 licenses here, right? 40 megahertz national. They're doing pretty good. They fixed a lot of what could have been considered an issue. Number two spender, Dish, 7.3 billion. They needed this in a big way. This is the last value midband in my estimation. Macro band frequency, right? So you can scale it with range and capacity. 1,200 licenses for Dish. They went 30 megahertz national. Number three spender, T-Mobile at 2.9 billion. This is good for them. They want to do fixed wireless access home internet in a big way. They're not taking mmWave as a focus area for them just yet. They are macro focused. They got some spectrum here to kind of deal with their congestion issues in the future, right? To go with their 160 megahertz of EBS-BRS, the N41, and then they'll probably shore up the rest of it in the next auction 108. All right, now Verizon, nothing. They were a no-show. It looks like they just got up and walked away. No spectrum at all. Shocking, in my opinion. C-band secured. Apparently, they feel good about their 3.7. Maybe financially, they didn't want to spend any more money. CBRS goes full power, maybe. Millimeter wave focus, right? Building that. But they do have a ton of the 3.7. So maybe that's kind of what they're thinking. I'm shocked by this. I did think they were going to get some in some places, but I was wrong. The rest of it, so far, I think I've hit it. I think T-Mobile was about 20 megahertz, almost national. They got a lot of spectrum. U.S. Cellular, 580 million spent. They've been crying broke for a while, bankruptcy and all this. They bought some. Anyways, a couple things to talk about here. AT&T and Dish, there's something brewing here together. I'm telling you. They got the merger. They're trying to figure things out with DirecTV and Dish. They've got their agreement with their roaming agreement with Boost Mobile and all that. Network sharing, build sharing, gear, sites. There's something happening here. AT&T, they're making out like the champs here, okay? The clear winner of this spectrum. They probably saved, in my calculations, at least $10 billion by splitting the C-band spectrum, from Spectrum Auction 108 and this one. They probably saved about $10 billion, which is going to actually be the money used to build these aspects of their network so huge. They come up big here. I think them and I think Dish are really the winners here. Again, T-Mobile ends up spending the most per megahertz pop. They always talk about how they're always winning and they're always doing things in bargains. And yet again, another auction where they spend the most money per megahertz pop. The loudest person in the room, I'm telling you guys, not always the smartest person in the room, but they will tell you otherwise. Anyways, without talking too much about details, let's just leave it at that. Your thoughts and opinions, welcome down below. Tell me what you guys think of the auction and the results. So go ahead, sound off. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Something shocking, some things I expected. This is exciting. Go ahead and comment down below. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe for more from the SMT. Turn on bell notifications so you never miss an upload. My Twitter handle and email are in the description box, and my Patreon page link is there as well. Support us. Get early access to videos, exclusive content not found anywhere else, and you can get discounts on Altice Mobile just for supporting us. Thanks for watching. Podcast tonight. Hashtag SMT Podcast. We'll see you guys there. Peace.